You mentioned the pandemic and people working from home. And we've all been doing that for almost a year now. Do you have any tips for getting ourselves organized when we're living and working out of the same space?
Yeah, absolutely. So a few things. The first is to really think of your home in terms of zones. And so a zone is any one space in your home where you are doing one type of activity or one predominant activity. And so it's important to create zones and to keep those zones as distinct as possible. And so when it comes to working from home, I recommend really having one dedicated office space, and to keep that, separate from your personal space. I don't recommend, working from a dining room table or from a kitchen counter. I know that's not always possible. Like I live in DC in a fairly small one bedroom apartment. And so I know that not everyone has, dedicated or available space to have a dedicated workstation. So in those instances, there's a few things you can try. The first is to put up a freestanding screen or get a tension rod with a curtain panel. So if you have a desk over in the corner of your studio, block it off. So at the end of the day, when you are done working, you can close the curtain panel. You don't have to look at your your desk, your workstation. You don't think about work. It's kind of out of sight, out of mind. And then, another idea, if you do find yourself having to work at the dining room table, I love a good 3-tier cart. And so get a cart, put all of your work files, your office supplies, your printer, put all of that stuff on the cart, wheel it out to the dining room table. And then at the end of the day, when you're done working, put everything back on the cart, wheel it back and put it in the closet so that your work materials aren't, staying out and kind of taking over your personal living space.